A couple years back, Matt and I tested gaming on an all-in-one PC. On paper, they sound pretty cool, right? You get a monitor, you get a webcam, you get speakers. I mean, you literally have almost everything you need minus a keyboard and mouse, so you're saving money. But is it possible in 2025 to game on one with some upgrades? Let's go and get into it, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
When it comes to memory and storage, it's fair to say the company we've used the most in the history of this channel is today's video sponsor, Team Group. Today we're taking a look at two of their products, the T-Create DDR5 SODIMM RAM and GC Pro 2TB M.2 SSD. The T-Create SODIMM memory is perfect for upgrading any laptop or mini PC to maximize the system's potential. It comes in a wide variety of kits, having capacities up to 64 gigs and speeds up to 5600 MHz. Built with a graphene metal composite, 10-layer PCB structure, and high temperature resistant capacitors, this RAM is both performance driven and aesthetic. There's also a lifetime warranty, so you can game and create content with peace of mind. The GC Pro is a Gen 5 NVMe M.2 SSD with a 2TB capacity. It's capable of achieving max read speeds up to 12,500 megabytes a second, and with the smart performance, it's able to automatically adjust performance based on internal temperature. Pair that with the all-new 4K LDPC technology and security isolation mechanism, you're able to effectively extend the lifespan of the SSD while ensuring your data is safe and secure. If you're interested in learning more or in buying T-Create DDR5 SODIMM RAM and the GC Pro 2TB SSD, check out the links in the description down below. Big thanks to Team Group for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
So shout out to our friends over at Priceden. We bought this PC on eBay. This is an all-in-one from HP. It's a 24-inch IPS display, LED backlit, and it seems like it has some kind of cool features. It actually has a Ryzen 5 5500U, which funny enough, the one that we did almost 2 years ago had a Ryzen 5 like 5320U, I think it was, which is a 4-core 8-thread. This is a 6-core 12-thread, so it should be a little better. But it's funny that almost 2 years ago, we paid about $400 for one of these. I paid like $386 for this one. So all-in-one technology really hasn't changed much, and newer all-in-ones were really expensive, and they didn't offer a whole lot of performance. I almost feel like they're straying away even more and more from like something that can actually do light gaming. We know these Ryzen 5s technically can because they're kind of like a laptop CPU inside of an all-in-one. I even got like a little upgrade for it, but out of the box, this one should actually be all right because this one comes with an SSD. The other one we did, I think when it came with the hard drive that we may have upgraded, I don't really remember at this point. This one actually comes with like a decent sized SSD. The only thing that I want to add is some RAM, which we'll get into once we actually get there and figure out if we can even open it. Watch it not be upgradable at all. It'd be kind of funny. Pretty well packaged. Priceden always does a pretty good job. I hope this actually is Priceden. I might have just made that up in all honesty. Did I write down?
Insert.
I didn't even write down who it was from.
Oh man, it probably wasn't. Well,
it has the refurb.
They have the professionally refurbished spot right here, which they usually do.
Let's just look at the here. Let's just see what the outside
probably
is. From Priceden. Okay,
all right,
I had it right.
He's not crazy.
That's probably who we bought the last one from. Funny enough, I just think it's crazy that like I feel like all-in-ones are kind of cool. I'm surprised to not see more companies like doing R&D on them, but I don't know, maybe they just don't sell a lot of them, so it's just not worth it to them. But I like the idea of like having everything in one, and you don't have to have like an extra PC. It's all just in the monitor.
I've seen very few of these around nowadays, and oh, what's wrong?
I was hoping it'd come out like a can of tuna. Oh, what is all this?
It's
Is this really well packed?
It's got all kinds of packaging.
Keyboard?
That's a keyboard.
Oh my gosh! So
I was gonna say, I feel like most of them come with keyboards.
I guess you're, yeah, they probably do, don't they? So this really is everything then. We shouldn't need anything else. Okay. Yeah. So they package it pretty well. That's why it's.
Yeah, that's pretty well.
That's pretty
good packaging. Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ! Priceden. Where did you think this HP was gonna go? Don't you know nothing can destroy an HP? I don't know about an all-in-one though. These can actually be destroyed. Oh, there goes my toes. I don't know if the last one we got was all white like this. It's kind of clean. Kind of Apple-esque. Ooh, I already feel an aluminum stand. Love to see that. Oh, it's kind of heavy. Heavier than you would think.
Ooh, it's the ones with like the mesh on the front. Those are actually kind of clean.
Like mesh for the speaker grill?
Yeah.
Ooh, dude. And the Bang & Olufsen audio.
Okay. HP, I see you.
HP was always about that. I remember one of my first gaming laptops, it had like a i7 7700 in it. And it had Beats audio. I remember thinking that was like so cool, but I don't even really think Beats audio meant anything on like a laptop. It's like, how good can audio really be on tiny little speakers? I don't think Beats audio meant anything in real life either.
It only did for a bit.
Looking back, it was pretty bad.
It wasn't great.
But hey, Dr. Dre, shout out. Yeah, she's got some weight to her. Honestly, I'm surprised, but it is an all-in-one. Hey, it still weighs less than a PC. It weighs just a little more than a normal monitor. All right, so yeah, check this thing out. So like Jonah was saying, very clean. We got Ryzen 5 5000 series sticker along with the Radeon graphics. So if you don't know the 5500U, 6-core 12 thread, and it comes with Vega graphics integrated. It's kind of like a 5600G, just a little more dumbed down. Up top here, oh, this is crazy. Dude, look at that. That webcam, I'm kind of hyped about. Maybe it'll be good. I don't really know. It looks like... Oh, that goes nowhere. Okay, I thought that was like in front of the camera. This is cool. I mean, this is ahead of its time. It's kind of goofy, honestly, but for the people that like don't always want to see the camera, you know, they don't always spy it on. That's kind of nice. Okay, so we have one port on the right side. It's a USB 3 that's also a charging port. This is interesting, almost like a normal monitor. We actually have settings, so I assume this works as a monitor where you can change the settings, brightness, all that stuff. We got a power button. Good amount of ports in the back, actually. So this is crazy. Not a lot of all-in-ones have this. HDMI in and HDMI out. So you could use this for like your gaming console or your TV. So if you have like a console up to the side, you get a HDMI in, and these will work as a normal monitor along with an all-in-one. It's pretty crazy. But it also has an HDMI out, so you can have a second monitor off to the side. We have a Ethernet port, which is probably just gigabit. We have our DC barrel jack for power. We have 2 more USB 2s. We have another USB 3.0, and then check it out. We got a USB-C, and then we have our label back here where we got our 5500U with Radeon graphics. We got a 512 gig SSD. Now this part's interesting, 16 gigs of RAM, but it should be dual channel. So that is why I went to Mushkin and I bought this 8 gig stick of 3200 megahertz. I don't know if it's gonna match or not. It should be SODIMM. I have no clue how to open this or how upgradable it even is. We're gonna find out. But first, let's actually make sure that it turns on. It should be Windows 11. I'm excited. I mean, 382 bucks, and I mean, check it out. We got a matching keyboard and mouse. Kind of cool. I will say I'm not a big fan of like any OEM keyboards like ever, but if I had to pick, I've always kind of liked HP's white color scheme.
I mean, and it's for if you're just doing office work and stuff.
It's clean.
It's for like a, you know, upstairs in the family kitchen, in the office. It's not too bad.
Like I'm not personally a Mac guy, but I've always liked Mac's like OEM peripherals. You know, like their goofy little mouse that like just has the single click.
The magic mouse.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the magic mouse. It's like Magic Mike, but in a peripheral. Yep, and how many watts are we working with? 120 watts, very simple and plain right in the front there. And then yeah, here's our mouse, which, hey, we'll use these to game on, why not? I mean, we'll do all the gaming tests over here. There's not really a reason to hook up a capture card for this testing. But I don't know, I'm expecting, you know, it's been a couple years since we've really hard hit APUs, and we still test them, but they're getting more and more obsolete as time goes on without a GPU because games are just getting harder to run. So I'm curious to see what all we'll be able to try on this, but we'll definitely use the peripherals that they provided. Looking pretty good. Let's actually make sure this thing turns on. What do you think, Jonah? Does it work? It's an HP, right?
It'll work.
Nothing can kill it. All right. We should just press the power button. I see we got a little LED indicator on the back. Oh, look, there's a little tiny LED indicator. Dude, I love this, like this mesh. It's like a carpet.
Yeah, it kind of is. It really is like a not bushy carpet.
And I don't think this display will be anything special. It should just be 1080p 60 hertz, I guess. But it'd be kind of cool if it was like 75.
Yeah,
it is IPS.
I think when these were being sold new, I actually worked at Best Buy, and I think they were going for like a little under 1,000 probably new, if I had to guess.
Crazy.
So yeah, I mean, because it had the look down, and
yeah,
white. I swear the white all-in-ones were always more expensive.
Hey, still cheaper than, you know, Mac too.
Yeah, and I mean that's what they were kind of comparing to. So or trying to beat out, you know.
I'm just glad we're to the point where we're not really seeing hard drives in these anymore, because that was bad. I think that's kind of what gave all-in-ones a bad rep, is like they used hard drives for a long time. I mean, there's still some that I think are released that probably have hard drives in them.
I think we bought one in like 2020 for the house. It was a Mac, and it was ungodly slow because of the hard drive.
Dude, I'm excited to test out this Bang & Olufsen audio. I feel like it's gonna go crazy. I think this thing's gonna bump.
Oh, we didn't mention on the left side here. You get
Is there more?
You get a headphone jack.
Oh, I didn't even, well, shoot. We didn't even talk about the left side. Combo headphone jack. This thing has everything. Okay, so we got Windows 11. Let's see if we got Pro or Home. Not that it really matters. Windows 11 Home. All right, so Windows 11 Home. This does, of course, have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. Added bonus for sure. But we also have Ethernet jack, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and check out what settings we're running. I'm excited to say the monitor looks pretty good too. We'll check the refresh rate here in a second, but all right, so here's our 5500U, 6-core, 12-thread with Radeon graphics. We have 16 gigs, 3200 megahertz, which I got the right speed, but it is single channel, 1 of 2. I really hope doing this upgrade will be easy. We got a 512 gig, would you say that? Kioxia?
Kioxia?
How about that? Kioxia.
Kioxa? I don't know.
512 gig. I don't know if it's NVMe, but we'll find that out when we go in there. And Radeon TM graphics, which actually has a half a gig of dedicated VRAM, but then of course it's going to share some of our normal RAM, which during that RAM upgrade will really help adding dual channel. Yeah, IPS is kind of like right before you get into like mini LED and OLED. You know, I mean, they're not comparable, but
it's regarded, aside from OLED, it's regarded from like one of the best.
That's cool. It's like
displays.
a laptop.
That's cool.
All right, so let's see. We're at 1080p, so that's the native res. 60 is our only option, unless we'll check and we're gonna do all the updates and everything before we game. Just like your typical Priceden, no bloatware. So it's not like it came from HP with bloatware. No bloatware. Real quick, okay, we're gonna do a webcam test, of course, Jonah. But we also gotta test out the speakers, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Startup apps, you only have OneDrive, Edge, and then Windows Security Notification pre-installed, which is insane. Normally there's like 10 apps pre-installed.
All right, here we go. Let's see, let's go max volume. Are you ready? Stand back, Jonah. Why has it kind of got a little bass to it? Not much, but a little bit. It sounds like a soundbar. That is the loudest like monitor speaker I've ever heard.
It's a little flat, but aside from that,
it pumps volume though.
It is loud. So, and I mean, if
That's
you're not
funny.
pushing it like that all the time, it's pretty solid. Like it can.
Yeah,
it's definitely better than a laptop.
I wouldn't hate using that if I had to. Not for gaming necessarily, but
there's no need to upgrade the speakers. Basically.
Are you ready for this? Let's see. So right now, webcam, we can't see it. Let's go to video mode. So that's cool. It's actually on right now. It's literally just hidden.
Oh my goodness, they blew it out. Okay.
Actually, hold up. All right, we got a webcam test going on the HP, and we're at the bad. We're at the bad side of the lighting.
Side.
We should be flipped around, and
it's pretty solid.
That's good. I mean, we can see the full image too.
I mean, this is also a pretty decent sized screen, and there's a bit of noise to it, but I mean, resolution's fine. If this is for zoom purposes and stuff, it'd be just fine.
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
All right, we got a webcam test going on the HP.
So loud.
And we're at the bad. We're at the bad stuff. It'd be just fine. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Cut out.
Cut out a little bit.
This might be the best speakers I've seen on a like just a monitor, and this might be one of the better webcams I've seen. I'm sold. I'm buying one. This is my new editing PC. All right. So at this point, let's try to open it. I told Jonah I'm scared because there's like no screws on this thing. So I'm gonna shut it down. If it doesn't work after this. All right, so Jonah and I just did a lot of research and we didn't find anything. There's like no one's done a teardown of this exact HP. So we looked around, there's like no screws, right? So like it has to be the bezel. And so I kind of took the spudging tool here and I can hear some click clacks. So I think we're on the right page here. So we're just gonna kind of make our way around the screen here. So it should be toolless to do this upgrade. I don't think we're even gonna really need to take the stand off in all honesty. I will say that's coming off like separate.
Maybe this will give us access to
screws or something?
Whatever else we can, yep.
Now, one thing I will say that I did just discover that I'm very upset about is I found a much newer HP with the 7520U for like the same price that I paid for this. So if you guys like this video, let me know down below and we'll buy that one next. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for maybe not researching a little harder, but I didn't see that when I was looking. So anyways, there's screws now. And I guess we're gonna have to,
yeah, it's not even...
It's hidden.
What the heck?
I wonder what that's for. Maybe like a BIOS flash or something?
Yeah, maybe it's something related to BIOS or...
Okay, here we go. We got one side up.
And this is a lot, but I've never actually seen what's underneath these, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, never know what happens when we get a hold of stuff around here.
Ooh,
oh, God.
It's like removing interior panels. I hate it. Ugh.
All right.
Okay. Oh my God, look at the look at the
heatsink.
The heatsink, Jesus.
Okay, so we got a ribbon cable, so I can't move this too far. But we see our SSD there, so yeah, it is an NVMe, probably just a Gen 3 512 gig. Here's our little M.2 for our Wi-Fi. Yeah, Jonah was pointing out tiny single heat pipe for our CPU, which probably won't be super great.
The fan's pretty clean actually.
And then our RAM.
Where'd the RAM at?
I really hope, unless it's under that. It's under that metal piece. I was really hoping, I thought maybe for a second there it was soldered.
Okay.
I was like, wow, that is not good. I thought that was part of the heatsink, but it's not.
But you don't have to remove that one.
Do I need to remove this?
No, you don't have to remove that one. That's for the CPU. There's two screws on this side. There's one screw right here.
Yeah, if you guys can't tell, I'm annoyed that I didn't get the 7520U one. I was like debating should I even do this video now? But it's worth it because the last one we did was definitely a lower spec. We are doing some upgrades here, and hey, later on we can do the 7520U one and kind of compare the two. So let's go ahead and get out our 8 gig stick. So we're gonna be going with an odd amount of RAM here. We're gonna have 24 gigs. There's nothing wrong with that. I know some of you guys are thinking like, why not get another 16? It costed a lot more. I paid like minimum. What did I pay for this? I paid $15 for this stick. I really didn't think we needed more capacity. 16 is enough for an APU. I really just want a dual channel, especially an older build like this. So we're gonna kind of get this one out of the way real quick. Our HP stick. All right, number 2. So our original stick back in. And that makes 24 gigs of RAM. Yeah, this thing was difficult to get into. I gotta say, it's definitely one of the less comforting systems I've had to open. We're gonna have to clean the screen a little bit too when we're done.
Looking at the inside, there's surprisingly a lot more room still that they had to work with.
You really just, look how easy the monitor just goes back in. Oh my God, this really already, okay, I was like, it already kind of locked in again. It's crazy. I'm just gonna go nitty gritty and just push on it. You really shouldn't do that. You should probably be using like a, okay, that end just popped out. All right, I'm gonna grab microfiber and we're gonna kind of push down and go around the whole edge of it. We'll go back down. Let's throw a couple screws back in it. How about that? I mean, it didn't seem like those bezels were just kind of like, they're not really clips. They're more of just like suggestions. They were wrong. They didn't know the toaster was gonna get a hold of them. Yeah, it definitely seems like this one's a higher quality just based on when I was looking at the other 7520U system. Like the other one didn't have the whole soundbar at the bottom, but the other one's pretty cool though because it'd be DDR5. And also the APU graphics are a good amount better. So yeah, we'll see. We'll check out that one next, I think.
Yeah, I would still like to tear that one apart to see what the cooling solution is on that, on the newer one, see if they change anything up on it. It honestly, if you think about it.
Put this back on.
Oh.
Do we even need this?
It has that little,
that's just
spot
a cushion.
for it just a cushion.
Oh, I guess for like I mean, that's solid.
Material solid.
Let's
run it.
Let's see if it turns back on. It might take a second to turn on since we just did
RAM upgrade.
Yeah. Yep. It might have to basically go through and like kind of clear the CMOS.
Okay.
And hey, it still works. All right.
It gave us a keyboard error because it's unplugged, but I mean.
Well, anyways, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get some games downloaded. I'll get a little bit of everything like normal, but I'm definitely gonna be doing games that are suitable to be playing on this. So mainly esports, but I think it'll still be a lot of fun to check out. So let's go ahead and start downloading. All right, we are playing Apex Legends on our all-in-one PC, and we are currently running low settings 1080p, no upscaling, no adaptive FPS or anything. I don't think this is gonna be amazing, but we're gonna give it a go. Apex Legends, technically a AAA, kind of like the esports scene. I'd say it runs kind of like a lower end AAA / esports. Like it's not super hard to run, and I don't think this is gonna be very good for running it. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a kill on this, and I'm gonna lower to 720p, which I will say, the game already doesn't look very good. The monitor actually looks awesome. The game on this monitor does not look good. And I'm bummed out. This happens sometimes, guys. I planned this video. I don't know if at the time I was planning it, I just didn't see the PC or if there wasn't one listed, but I could have gotten a 7520U one, which would have performed a good amount better for like the same price. So like I said, if you want to see a video on that, let me know down below. I'm just gonna go down to 720p. This is like unplayable, honestly. Yeah, one of the problems, okay, actually it gets closer to 60. One of the problems is you can see here just how low wattage. The 5500 is only pulling like 15 watts. So if I had to guess, I'd say the APU portion is probably pulling another 15. This CPU is probably only boosting to a total of 30 watts. In gaming, we probably want a little bit more than that, but I mean, hey, this is the hardest game we're going to be running. We have some other tests, of course, that are much more suited for this PC, like games that you should be playing on it if you're gonna try to game on one of these. Now, some of the games that I won't be playing, but I would highly suggest, Minecraft, Roblox, probably not gonna get a kill on this PC, League of Legends, World of Warcraft. There's a lot of indie titles, there's a lot of really big titles out there that, are totally designed to run on like anything, but we just don't often test those. Die again. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna run this for another few seconds really, because I mean, we're getting 60 FPS at 720p, but it doesn't look great. The response time's not amazing. It's not the worst PC I've ever gamed on, but it definitely isn't ideal. Buddy, turn around and shoot the guy that's shooting your back. Oh yeah, and by the way, the peripherals, they're not good, but I mean, like I said, they're very acceptable for office peripherals. I definitely wouldn't want to run these for gaming every day, but they're usable. We are not securing one more kill. That's okay though. Let's go ahead and go to another game that's actually gonna run better on this PC, hopefully. Now it is time for a true classic, Team Fortress 2. And I gotta say, I'm at 70% volume. These speakers are freaking bumping. Oh my gosh, that might have been a real spy. Now currently, we are running, I think kind of like a medium preset, but let's double check here. So we are running native 1080p. This is way before upscaling, so no upscaling. Close to max FOV, and yeah, medium to high settings. Ow. Ah. Yikes, I've been killed. But yeah, this monitor looks really good. I mean, the IPS is really popping on it. It's only 60 hertz, but it looks pretty smooth, honestly. Like, it doesn't look bad at all. We're only getting like 60 FPS in pretty much every game we're playing anyways. So it is what it is. But I mean, yeah, I would be happy with this little mini PC, or with this little, not mini PC, with this little all-in-one, especially playing stuff like this. It would definitely be very ideal. And like Minecraft, oh, this thing would be a dream for some Minecraft. Obviously, you're not going to be wanting to play Minecraft with like shaders and stuff, but Minecraft, you know, just base game, vanilla, some modded servers, whatever. Ooh, that was a good shot. You could definitely play just fine on this, you know, all-in-one PC. And, you know, for the more businessy stuff, like, this would just be a good family PC, you know? Have your dad do his work on the day on the PC, and then at night, when little Johnny wants to play some Team Fortress 2, Minecraft, Roblox, it'd be awesome for that. Not to mention, get yourself one of the newer ones, you know what I mean? If for the same price you can get one of the 7000 series ones, definitely get one of those. Oh, it's a spy. I've been spied on. All right, well, let's go and go to the next game. All right, here's a game that you may have not seen before. This is Repo, or Operation Repo. This is one of those Steam kind of indie games that's really taken off. It's kind of like, you know, Lethal Company and games like that. Pretty spooky, pretty scary, but impressively enough, we're running 1080p full screen with high settings, very high settings actually. Obviously, you may want to get a little more FPS. You might want to, you know, lower it slightly, but hey, we're getting 60 to 75 FPS. Not too shabby. And guys, here's the thing. We benchmark a lot of like the mainstream games that people want to see, but you got to remember on Steam and just PC alone, there's upwards of 80,000 plus games, and 99% of those games are games you probably never heard of, indie titles, kind of alternative games that run really well like this. You know, they're not all about graphics, they're about, you know, making the game actually good. So that's where these little, you know, that's why we do these videos still, even though some of these PCs may kind of seem obsolete, out of date for gaming, whatever. Not for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys, you know, you're not really playing those mainstream games. A lot of you guys aren't even on Windows, so you're not even touching those. Oh my God, this shadow scared me. You're not even touching those games that have anti-cheats and stuff. So you're mainly only playing single player and kind of indie multiplayer games anyways. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. I don't foresee the FPS dropping majorly anytime soon. I'm trying to see if I can find any action or anything. Fire. This is action, baby. This game's so dark. IPS looks pretty good, but I will say IPS I should have raised the brightness because it's definitely a little bit dark. I don't know what just happened to I like did a flick and I forgot. Here's the action we wanted. Hey, the FPS didn't drop. It scared me a little bit, but we're okay. So yeah, Operation Repo, looking pretty good. All right, we are playing Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite, and we're on our little all-in-one mini, or I keep calling it a mini PC. It's not mini. It's actually large and mighty. But like I said, monitor looks really good. If it had a little bit more punch, a little bit more hardware, you know, this thing would be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing gaming all-in-ones kind of hitting the market more. I don't know if that's ever been a thing. Let me know down below. But right now, I'm gonna show you guys, let me see if I can get to a semi-safe. I'm not gonna get to a safe spot, am I? All right, so right now we're running 720p performance render mode and run medium view distance, but everything like low. So yeah, we really can't run this game in its native res. Fortnite over the years has become, you know, harder and harder to run. And as you guys can see, that is still the case here. I mean, it's definitely still having some trouble running. This definitely is barely playable. It's playing though, which is cool. It hasn't crashed. I mean, I haven't had a single game crash on me. I haven't had any that won't launch. I did choose my games fairly wisely. Of course, I'm getting like the most sweatiest, like quit running, bro. Oh my God. I think I'm getting chased by someone else. Oh. I'll try to do one more requeue. All right, we're take 2 of Fortnite. So I changed the render distance to near, by the way, and that seems to have helped. I'm gonna die again, dude. Please, please. You don't know what I'm having to go through. Can I like bust through the? Heck yeah. I always knew Iron Man was my favorite superhero. But yeah, you can see we're getting more FPS now. Quite a bit more, actually, surprisingly, on near. So that really did help. We're still getting like those slight stutters though that kind of make it an annoying experience. So I would still say that like this definitely isn't like gonna be your ideal Fortnite solution of a PC. But if for like a kid or something, or someone who doesn't have high expectations, it works. You know, that's what's cool. Like I said, the fact that this isn't crashing, I think, is my favorite part. I always just appreciate when stuff's stable, even if it's not like the highest FPS. If it's just stable and it's running it, that's kind of more impressive to me than you know, a PC that runs well but it's constantly crashing. I want to see if I can get a kill on this thing. Heck yeah, we got a kill, baby. And that might be our only kill. Oh my gosh, we got 2 kills. I feel very fulfilled and satisfied now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna run the 3D Mark Time Spy. We're gonna see what kind of score we get on that. And then we're gonna kind of wrap up this PC. We're gonna talk some more about that other PC that's for sale that hopefully you guys comment down below and I can do a video on that, because that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing the performance of that one because I think it'll be a lot better. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video. We just got done benchmarking some esports title on the HP All-in-One with the Ryzen 5 5500U, and it's kind of what you guys probably expected. This thing is not really meant for gaming. It never really was meant for gaming, but it is cool that if you know how to do some setting optimization and you have expectations, you know what type of games you should be playing on it, it can play games. So your esports titles, you know, Fortnite, League of Legends, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, Roblox, games like that, you can make them run on this, but still not the best experience. I really do recommend trying to get one of those 7520U all-in-ones, or if they even have better ones that I don't know about, then maybe those are worth it. Just don't spend over 400 bucks like I did in this video. It does have a lot of cool features. You know, you do get an all-in-one experience. You got a dope webcam, really good build quality. You get speakers, a monitor that's actually pretty good, keyboard, mouse, microphone. I mean, you name it, it has it. So you're definitely getting a lot of bang for buck. Our 3D Mark Time Spy score wasn't amazing, obviously. It ended up being 1,178, which at 380 bucks, give or take what we paid for this, it ends up being about a 33 cent per point. Now that does include all the extra stuff technically, so realistically it's probably closer to like, I don't know, 20 cent per point or something when you count the actual hardware. I'd love to know down below, do you guys want to see us actually check out one of these in a newer form like with the 7520U, or if we can find an even better one, or should we just stay away from all-in-ones? But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next one. Now, if you want an all-in-one solution for PC gaming, we got you covered at PCBros.tech, and on top of that, you don't have to be into PC gaming. We specialize in everything involving tablets, laptops, and computers. So if you want to come by the store and pick up any of those items, then make sure you walk in today or use PCBros.tech, and if you use code ToastyBros at checkout, you'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Peace out.